Nothing like perfect time. Today, now, that is a perfect time for everyone. Successful person will not wait for perfect time. They will say that whatever time I have, this is a perfect time. So that means you have something positive, you have something great in you. So you have to write down that, and you have to remind yourself that I have this good thing, I can do this. If I say you to count your good things, to write down your good things, you will have so many things. But at that time, because you are not controlling your mind, your mind is controlling you. That's why you are not getting your good things. Whatever you did in your past good things, it is not reminding you. So you can't be successful because you don't have experience. Any successful person in this world, before starting his business, before starting his teaching, before starting his college, he was not having any experience. So don't wait for experience. Experience will come if you start your journey. In this video, I am going to show you and explain you how to take a first step to start your journey towards your goal, towards your success. And this is the most difficult part of any successful person in the history. This stage, to take the first step to start the journey, this is the most difficult situation of his or her life. There is one phrase that every journey have a first step. For example, if you want to reach anywhere, if you want to do anything in your life, it must be start with first step. You have to take the initial. This is the must. And this is the most difficult thing. For example, if you want to go from here, from Riyadh to Jeddah, so this is the goal that you have to go there. But to reach to Jeddah, you must have to take the first step. You can't reach in 1 second. There are so many steps, but the first step is very important. You have to take that first step to reach anywhere you want to reach. Whatever you want to do, there is a first step for everything. So here I am going to show you how to take that first step. This is very important to understand. Any beginners who want to take the first step, just follow these things. I am going to give you 4 steps. If you follow that 4 steps, you will be able to take your first step to start your journey towards your goal. The first and important, very important thing is you have to set a goal. Whatever you want to achieve, whatever your dream is, it must be very crystal clear in front of you. I have to become an astronaut. It must be very clear. There must be no doubt. I want to become a scientist. It must be very clear. I want to start an IT company. It must be very crystal and clear in front of you. I want to become a doctor. I want to become a physician. I want to become a heart specialist. I want to become an engineer. Whatever your goal is, it must be very clear. Because if your goal is not clear, you will not be a successful person. You can't reach your vision in front of you. It must be very clear, very transparent in front of you, like you are seeing that. It must be like you are seeing your goal, you are seeing your dream in front of you. It must be like that. Then you will be able to start working on that. For example, if you want to go from Riyadh to Hail, but you did not decide that where I want to go, you just started your journey and you are just taking a round of city and going somewhere. You don't know where I have to go. Do I have to go to Jeddah? Do I have to go to Medina? Do I have to go to Makkah? Do I have to go to Dammam? Do I have to go to Hail? Where do I have to go? This is not decided. This is not clear in front of you. Then what will happen? You will come back to your home after 1 or 2 hours, wasting your everything, wasting your time, wasting your money, wasting your energy. That's why you failed in your journey. So the first thing is you have to make your goal very clear. I will give you an example. For example, the engineers, when they want to build a tower or when they want to build a building, first thing what they do is they create a diagram of that building, the picture of that building in front of them. We are going to build like this building in this place. So the image is very clear, the goal is very clear in front of that engineers, that we have to build a tower like this, we have to build a building like this. When they have the picture of that building, what they do is they post or they stick that picture in front of that site where they are going to build that building or that tower. Why they do this? Because whenever they visit there, they will get reminded that they have to build a building like this, they have to build a tower like this. They will not be confused in future that what they are doing, because the picture is very clear in front of engineers, so they know that what they have to do. That's why I am saying your goal must be very clear in front of you. This is the first step you have to take. Your goal must be crystal clear, transparent, as you are seeing to me right now. Your goal must be clear like that in front of you. How many years it is going to take? Different thing. Whatever things you have to do, different thing. Your goal must be very, very clear in front of you. If your goal is not clear and you started your journey, you will be not successful. You will be a failure. You will not get success in that. So please make sure that your goal is very crystal clear in front of your eyes. This is the first step. The second step is you have to get rid of your mental obstacles or mental hurdles which are stopping you to reach till your goal, which are stopping you to take a first step to start your journey towards your goal. You have to defeat that hurdles, you have to remove that hurdles, you have to remove that obstacles, mental obstacles. I am saying mental obstacles, and there are 6 mental obstacles which you have to get rid of that before taking your first step towards your journey. So the first step is, when you have the goal settled, when you have a crystal clear goal in front of you, and when you want to act upon that, when you want to start, your mind will give you first obstacle, first hurdle, and your mind will say to you that you are a dumb guy, you can't do this, nobody trusts you, nobody loves you, you have been rejected from the company which you went for interview. The mind will remind you about your bad things always. When you try to take the first step, the first trick or the first hurdle between you and your goal, your mind will give you your bad things. It will remind you about your bad things. It will say you that you are a dumb guy, you failed in your school. Don't you remember? Don't you remember that you failed in your college? Don't you remember the college has rejected you? Don't you remember that you went for interview? So many companies you visited, you gave interview, then they rejected you. Don't you remember that? And now you are thinking that you have this goal, and if you start you will reach there. You are dumb, you can't do this, you are not able to do this. This is the biggest hurdle from your mind. It will give you, from your inside, it will give you these all bad things, and it will stop you. It will demolish your goal. You have set this goal, but it will remove from your mind. But what you have to do, how you will get rid of these thoughts, how you will get rid of this obstacle, mental obstacle, I will show you. Whenever your mind reminds you about your bad things, you have to remind it about your good things. You have to remind yourself about your good things, because every person have good things. Whatever bad things he have, but every person have good things. You have to remind yourself about your good things, about your past, whatever you did, good things in your past. You have to remind there must be a good things. If I say you to count your good things, to write down your good things, you will have so many things, but at that time, because you are not controlling your mind, your mind is controlling you. That's why you are not getting your good things. Whatever you did in your past, good things, it is not reminding you, because your mind is controlling you. Now you have to start controlling your mind. So when you start controlling your mind, you will get whatever you want to do. You will get good ideas. You will get whatever you did in your past, good things. You will get to know that. You can remind yourself, I have that good things. For example, I will give you an example. Your mind will remind you that you went for interview in one company and they rejected because you failed in that interview. Yes, that's correct. But you can remind about that same interview that I have given one correct answer out of 10 questions. So that means you have something positive, you have something great in you. So you have to write down that, and you have to remind yourself that I have this good thing, I can do this. I have this good thing, I can do this. I have this good thing, I can do this. You have to remind yourself, your mind, and you have to control your mind, and you have to say to your mind that I am a good person, I can do this, I am not dumb. Yes, I have failed in school, I have failed in college, I have been rejected from so many companies, but I am capable to reach my goal. The second mental obstacle what your mind give you is, it will say you that this is not a perfect time. Please wait until perfect time. Don't wait for perfect time. The perfect time will not come. This is the perfect time. Now you are listening to me. You have the goal. Now this is the perfect time to take the first step. Your mind will say, no, this is not a perfect time. Please wait for perfect time, then start, then take first step. This is the perfect time now. Take the first step now. If you wait for the perfect time, you will never start. You can't start in your life. Whatever you want to achieve, you can't start. There is nothing like perfect time. Today, now, there is a perfect time for everyone. Successful person will not wait for perfect time. They will say that whatever time I have, this is a perfect time. What is the meaning of perfect time? Your mind will say that you have so many problems already. Why you are starting this? Why you want to start this thing? You already have so many problems. Don't start it. You have to say to your mind that this is the perfect time. I'm going to start it. Whatever happen, I wouldn't care, but I have the goal, I have the vision, I have the dream, and I'm going to start it. That's it. This is the perfect time. I'm not going to wait for perfect time, because if you wait, as I said, if you wait, the perfect time will never come. You have to take that first step now. The third mental obstacle is your mind will say to you that you don't have experience. Whatever you want to start, you don't have experience. How you will do that? You can't do without experience. Don't wait for experience. Just start and you will gain experience. Every successful person in this world, whatever he did, he was not having experience. Any actor in this world, any businessman in this world, any entrepreneur in this world, any teacher in this world, any father, any mother in this world. If you are a father or mother, just tell me, do you have before experience of children? Means how to take care of your children? You have children and then you got experience. You were not having experience before that. If, for example, if you are a teacher, after start teaching, you got experience automatically. Don't think that I don't have any experience, so I can't do this. If you want to start after experience, then you have to start first. So if you think that I don't have experience, how I can start, then how you will get experience if you did not start? You have to start to get experience, right? So your mind, when your mind say that you don't have experience, and in your field there are so many persons who already have experience, so you can't be successful because you don't have experience. Any successful person in this world, before starting his business, before starting his teaching, before starting his college, he was not having any experience. So don't wait for experience. Experience will come if you start your journey. Your journey will give you experience. If you read successful person's biography, if you watch any, or if you listen any successful person's story, you will definitely get that whatever he achieved, before achieving that, the first step was without experience. So you have to start without experience. When you start, you will get experience. So this is the third mental obstacle or the hurdle which you have to get rid of that. Then you can start the first step. What you have to say? You have to say to yourself that no problem, I don't have experience, no problem, I will get experience when I start. When I start my journey towards my goal, I will get experience. This is the answer you can give to your mind, and you have to give to your mind if you want to become successful person. Fourth mental hurdle or the fourth mental obstacle is your mind will say to you and will give you the fear of not having skills. It will say you that you don't have any skill. How you can start that thing? You don't know how to communicate with people. You don't know how to speak. You don't have speaking skills. You don't have skills of computer. You don't have skills of language. You don't know English. How you can start this thing? You must know English to start your business. To reach your goal, you must have English. You don't have this skill, so that means you can't start. Don't worry, you will have all skills. First start. Take the first step. And to take the first step, you have to get rid of this obstacle, this mental obstacle, that is giving a fear of not having skills. You don't have the skill of writing, you don't have the skill of reading, you don't have the skill of understanding, you don't have the skill of good ideas, you don't have the skill of communication, you don't have the skill how to manage the people, how to manage the company, how to manage the work. You don't have that skills. Don't worry, just take your first step. It will give you all skills. You have so many skills before. Whatever skills you have, just start with that. I am talking to you directly. Please try to understand. Don't wait for skills. Don't wait to learn skills. Start your journey. You will get all skills whatever you need. What do you think about me? I'm sitting here and I am explaining to you. Before taking the first step to make these videos, to explain you everything in English, do you think that it was easy for me? I was thinking that I don't know how to speak English, okay? But when I started, when I took first step, I learned everything. I got all skills. So don't worry about skills. You will get all skills when you start your journey. Take the first step. Everything will be easy. Fifth mental obstacle or the hurdle is fear of people. What people will say. If you start this thing, what your parents will say to you, what your brothers and sisters will say to you, what your relatives are going to say to you, what your neighbors will say to you. The fear of people. Oh my God, if I start, what people will say to me. This is the biggest hurdle. Fear of people is just a fear. Nobody will say you anything. Just start your journey. Think about your goal. Think about your success. Think about your aim, your vision. Don't think about people. What my colleagues will say about me. what I will say to myself. This is also a biggest hurdle, and you have to control your mind, and you have to say to your mind, nobody is going to say anything, nobody is going to do anything, I am going to start my journey. And you have to start. That's it. The sixth and last mental obstacle is fear of failure. It will say you that what will happen if you fail in your goal. If you did not reach till your goal, if you fail, then what will happen to you? This is the fear of failure, and this will also stop you to take the first step towards your journey to reach your goal. This will be the biggest hurdle between you and your success. And this is also a mental obstacle. It will give you fear of failure. What will people say if I fail? If I fail in my journey, if I start my company, and if I fail, and if I have to close that company, what people will say? I will be the center point of everyone. Everyone will make a joke of me. Everyone will start laughing at me. This is the fear of failure. Don't think about failure. When you start, you have to start without thinking about failure. Because you did not see the future. Did you see your future after 5 to 10 years? You did not see. You have to get rid of this fear of failure. But you will not say to yourself in future or at the time of your death, I wish I did that before. I wish I have started this before. I wish I took my first step towards my goal. I wish I was not having a fear of failure. You will not say these all things. You have to get rid of the 6 mental obstacles to take the first step to reach your goal. So this was the second step. First step was clear goal. You have to be a goal in front of you, clear. And the second step, you have to get rid of your mental obstacles, mental hurdles. The third step is you must have confidence. You set the goal, you set the goal, you defeat the obstacles, and then you must have the confidence that I can do this. Nobody can stop me. What mistake we do is, in this nobody, we did not include ourselves. We have to include ourselves also, because in this nobody who is going to stop you, yourself is there. Because what will happen if you don't have confidence in yourself? After some time, when you started your journey, after some time, what will happen? If you get any problem, then you will get back to your old days. You will leave that journey because you lost your confidence. You don't have your confidence. Whenever you lose your confidence, that means that's it. Stop. You will stop yourself. You can't reach till your goal. Confidence is very important. The fourth and the last step for this video to take the first step is you must have courage. Courage, himmat. You must have courage more than other people, more than your family, more than your parents, more than your relatives, more than your friends, more than your neighbors, more than your colleagues. You must have courage more than everyone. Why? Because you are going to start a particular thing which nobody thought about that. In your family, nobody thought about that. Nobody did that before. In your friend circle, nobody did that before. Nobody thought about it. In your neighbors, nobody think about that. In your colleagues, nobody think about that. If you don't have courage, you can't start. If you have courage, then just start it. Don't think about anything. So many people in this world have so many big ideas, so many better ideas, so many good ideas, but they can't start, they can't fulfill their dreams. Why? Because they don't have courage. You have courage, start it. This is the biggest assets you have. If you have courage, that means you have a biggest asset. In this world, 95% people, why they are not successful? Because they don't have courage. If you have courage, then don't stop yourself. Just start, just take your first step towards your journey to reach your goal. These are 4 steps. The first step is you have to make a clear goal in front of you. The second step is you have to get rid of your mental obstacles. The third step is you must have confidence. The fourth and final step is courage. If you finish these 4 steps, then you can take first step towards your journey. So the last thing which I always say, sharing. Please share this video because sharing is caring. Thank you very much for watching this video.